All right. Hey guys, what's up? I decided to just go live for this review, and I probably will be doing this for some time. I like to edit my background and give you like a Queen Sugar graphic or like whatever graphic for whatever show. But for the sake of time, I have to make some adjustments if I want to fit everything in, right? So this is Cameray. You're watching Cameray Music TV, and I am reviewing today Queen Sugar Season 5, Episode 2. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel. And as you all come in, comment your thoughts on the show. If you didn't watch the show, spoiler alert, we about to talk about it. But yeah, just live was just better because it's like a whole lot of editing and everything that goes into it. So we just gonna go live. All right, so this is mid-March 2020. Y'all know it's almost been a year since the COVID stank occurred. And so at this time, we're seeing on the show like how people were just kind of treating the Rona like it was minuscule, like it wasn't that big a deal at first. And my dogs are chomping on these toys. It wasn't that big a deal, and it's whatever. Like Ralph Angel's like, it's nothing. Like, ain't nobody worried about this thing. Prosper's worried, because he's older. Charlie's worried because she's a councilwoman, but Micah, he ain't worried. Like a lot of people ain't really worried about it like that. And that's how it was last year, right? I remember right before spring break, we had been hearing about it, but we were like, no, we're gonna be good. It's just like the flu or just like whatever. Like, we're gonna be good. Little did we know we'd still be dealing with it to this day. Okay. So we see Rarla, they're all in love, and the whole thing, I think I'm gonna break it down by people. Their whole thing this episode is like, we're seeing them in the flow of things. We're seeing this supportive Ralph Angel by his woman. And I'm like, everybody commenting on Twitter, like, oh, I want me a man like Ralph Angel. He's so supportive, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. Okay, he didn't want nothing to do with Darla a few seasons ago, last season even, right? He couldn't express himself. I mean, thank God for where he's at now. Thank God for growth. But all I need her to do is make one mistake, and he probably gonna be on the edge again. But anyway, they're all good. But she's been offered this new job, right? So she's gearing up, getting ready for this job. She got Charlie over there giving her interview advice. And it was really good advice. I was taking notes because I'm like, Charlie's telling her, like, don't ever go to this job interview like you really need this job. Like, you need to go like, you need me. I don't need you. You need to have this type of Johnny Bravo type of attitude, right? So that's going on. You see Darla in the mirror. She's trying to get herself together. And just Ralph Angel, Blue, like their whole family dynamic is just really, really nice to see. And I just hope y'all don't mess it up. But we know that with this quarantine from last year, like a lot of things went down with different families. You were forced to be at home with your person for long amounts of time. So to see a quarantine, like this probably is the first show. I'm not going to say for sure, but this is like one of the first shows to truly have like full footage of what we just experienced in this past year, right? So we're gonna see how that goes with them. Charlie goes out to meet up with Parker. They had like some meetup arranged, and she wasn't there. She had to hop on a plane and go somewhere. And Charlie had to get the assistants together right quick and give her a whole HR professionalism walkthrough, 1, 2, talk to 2. And I was like, yes, honey, because sis was like, it was last minute. Okay, give me a call because you're not about to be wasting my time. Okay. So Kobe, get off of her. Honey. Child, these dogs. Sit down. Find a toy and a seat. Sit. So, so she goes down there. Y'all know that she has not been hearing from Micah. Like, it's been like 2 months and she hasn't seen him. Now, I don't know why in her mind she didn't think, especially when we find out later that Davis has crossed. I don't know why she didn't think like maybe he's crossing. But, honey, that whole thing when he like revealed, it was like probate and they were there and Davis was really excited. But then, of course, Charlie wasn't. Charlie ain't never. She always pressed and bothered. But she was not happy. And I couldn't figure out why she wasn't happy. I know that she's a little bit of a control freak. Kobe, sit down. Sit down. She's a little bit of a control freak. And so I'm like, is she mad because she didn't know? Is she mad because, like, why is she so mad? We find out later on that she's mad because of the fraternity that he chose. And so clearly, Micah's, he's a little driven is the right word, I guess. And he's also not, he's not a fan of nepotism, right? His dad is who he is, and his dad has all this pull. He didn't want to get his dad's help. He wanted to go off and do it himself. Know that he's the rich kid, but he doesn't want to be that. Like, he's trying to discover himself. He's trying to discover his Blackness, which is why he decided he didn't want to go to Harvard. Instead, he went to Xavier, right? So all these different decisions that he's made, he ends up telling his mom, like, I don't have to I am 20 years old. I don't have to consult you every time I want to make a decision. It's so crazy because even within that, as I'm watching him say that, I'm like, as a boy, as a young man, he could say that to her. But if that was a woman, that was a young girl, Charlie probably would have slapped her, grabbed her up real quick, because it's like, it always takes a little minute for mothers to accept their grown children as like, she's grown, like she's becoming a woman, right? Unless they have children or something like that. Okay. So anyway, yeah, my crossed. We do say he's still with Kiki. Do you love me? Are you ready? But she rolls up. She says she's gonna go talk to her friend at the smoothie stand. You can quickly start to see like this divide between the two, because Micah is very, he does stuff that I just be like, this is real F boy type of stuff. Like when he seen her over there talking to the dude at the smoothie stand, and he started dancing with old girl to try to get attention, but then tried to say later on, you didn't have a problem with that type of fraternity stuff, did you? Like, don't try to mask it, boo-boo. You was jealous. She was talking to old boy. He looked better than you. And you had a problem. Like, clearly, this is that cautionary tale of, when you have a high school sweetheart and then y'all go on to college together, like, it don't make it every time. And if it does make it, y'all have stayed close together. You have not ventured out to too many different things. Because I am a firm believer in like, your 20s, like, you're supposed to live them things, okay? You're supposed to date you. And now, granted, when I was in my 20s, every guy that I got with, that when I was in a serious relationship, I considered marriage. I considered like, what if, like, always looked at the future, right? I wish I would have just fully just lived through them and not always putting something so serious on every relationship, right? But I do feel like your 20s are for that. They're for dating around. They're for moving around. They're for going out with your girls. They're for losing your wallet. They're for like crazy experiences, because your 30s is not for that. Okay. So to see these two together, and then, they in the little study hall thing, and he asking about who the friend was, trying to explain, didn't apologize about the mess he was doing with old girl on the dance floor on the in the quad. But I'm just like, yeah, they're not gonna make it too much longer, because Micah don't know how to use his words. Kiki's clearly like, she's over it. She didn't even care about him dancing with old girl, because she's just like, yeah, I don't care about that stuff. And then she's like, he's a nice guy. Oh, he's my friend from art history. He's a nice guy. I'm like, okay, girl, why you telling us he a nice guy? Like, Micah don't care about that. Like, and his dad working in Lafayette. Like, we don't care about that, girl. Girl, your slip is hanging. So I don't think they're gonna make it too much longer. I really don't. Okay, so Nova. Good old Nova. She is really excited because y'all know she getting ready to go meet Grandpa Greer. Okay. And not only is she gonna meet him, she gonna meet Calvin's mom. Calvin's kids gonna be there. And we had a special guest pop up, right? So she getting her outfit together. She comes in bearing gifts. And this is a different side of Nova that we've seen. She's very doting. like very just smiles, don't have a whole lot of words, just the right words, right? And I thought Mama Julia, I think her name was Julia, I thought she was going to bring it. I really did. I was very nervous about her, but she was very, very happy to meet her, saying nice things, like being very nice, being very joyous. I was just like, okay, this might go okay, but I did not feel a sense of relief until she hugged the daughter and she put the necklace on the daughter. I was like, okay, this might go okay. The grandpa looked a little shook, like, did you really bring this girl up in here? But then she had the scotch, so she was ready for him. And then the daughter, she had a necklace, so it was like she was ready for her. But I'm like, you couldn't bring the son a doggone something, because he was gonna be the harder one now, because he almost grown. He's seen what you put the mama through, right? Anyway, let me make sure I stick to some kind of notes, because I got to get everything that Haley brought. Okay. I got to get it all. So yeah, I don't even think I wrote it down because I was just so appalled. So Haley walked through. No. She meets the son. Nova meets the son. He walks up looking like he's straight out of Wally Beaver, Leave It to Beaver sitcom. Okay. And I was like, oh yeah, the son is not feeling you. Okay. Because the son looked about 16, 17. He like, nah, I know what you bringing. You didn't have my mom crying up all night in the middle of the night. Like, no, I'm good. We're good. So I was like, okay, I kind of expected that. The teenagers don't really be feeling step parents like that, especially if you cheated on their parent. Like, you kind of wasn't going to, that kind of looks like either going to go left or right. Okay. But when Haley came through, I was thinking first, like, Calvin, if you was really serious about Nova, you would have sat everybody down before your older grandpa's birthday party to make sure everyone knows, like, this is my girlfriend. Like, we giving this a go. We living together. We are fully serious. Okay. We are fully seriously doing this thing. And y'all gonna have to get with it or get lost. Like, I respect you. I apologize to you, for stepping out on you. But this is the woman that I love. She gonna be here. That's how that's supposed to go. You're not just supposed to bring her through to the birthday party. Then everybody that knew you with Haley now see you with Nova. Like, I know Mama Julia was upset. Like, don't be bringing all that up in my house. So sure enough, Haley comes over there, and first she starts off real sweet. Like, hi, I'm Haley. I'm his ex-wife. She knew her name. Hi, Nova, type of thing. And then, Nova says, very nice to meet you. She's keeping it quaint, keeping it nice, right? And then Haley gets into the nice nasty. She gets into the nice nasty real quick. And she's, letting her know, like, I hope you're not the only one. He definitely has a type, exotic. You kind of skinny for his taste because he usually likes them thick. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Haley, she was very hurt. She was very hurt. And wouldn't you be? You going to walk through here with your side chick, now main chick, have her around my kids. You done brought my daughter a gift. Now my daughter gonna be confused because she gonna wonder why I can't stand the girl. And you got her with, your mama, who we was all family. Hell, I'm still coming over here. I'm still bringing the kids by and everything. Your older grandpa, he don't know what's going on. You couldn't even give me the benefit of a conversation. So I couldn't even be mad at Haley. I think the part that I was mad at is like, not at grandpa. What's his name? Grace. Not at his birthday party. This didn't wait till outside, when everybody wrapping up, they cleaning up, y'all get into it during the cleanup. Or this couldn't happen at the Chuck E. Cheese when y'all doing the kid trade-off. I just was like, okay, Haley, you wanted your moment. Let's go ahead and take it. And y'all know Nova she's very confrontational. She's very confrontational. So she handled herself in the best way to me when she was like, watch it, Haley. But I wanted her to go off tactfully on this woman. But it's like, she don't really have no grounds because you were the side chick to this man and he was married. And that's why I'm like, if you're going to decide to be this woman, be like you're with him, this is y'all, this is what y'all doing, then you got to be ready for all that. Just the same way, like if you're gonna decide to be in an interracial relationship, just like you white, you got to be ready for all of the Black issues. You may not have to be informed right away, like as in know everything, but you have to be willing to learn and willing to be informed and willing to do more listening than talking. So Nova, I feel like I'm just trying to think, if I was in that situation, I would probably be like, can we have a sit down? Because I'm here now and I'm not going nowhere. We've made this decision, like, and it's a huge mess. And somehow we've made a neat pile. I need to talk to your wife because I'm going to be here. I'm not walking through no party where the only person that I have as an ally is the man that then disturb the peace. I'm just not doing that. I'm not setting myself up like that. So I hadn't thought about it prior to the party, and maybe Nova didn't either, because this ain't real and this is just a show. But I just was like, Haley just really just shut it down. So this is the part that everybody liked on Twitter, the way that Calvin, kind of stepped in and was like, no, she's not like, because basically Haley revealed that he had a type, he liked them thick, he liked, exotic, whatever. And Haley she was toting the line now. But he kind of stepped up like, she's the only one I ever loved. And so, that kind of shut Haley down. And he said everybody else was just waiting in line, basically taking up space. So, I mean, as the woman who has your children, who clearly has been with you almost 20 years, I mean, that son is about 16, 17, 18. That had to hurt her in a deep, special place. But for me, it was like, Calvin would not have had to do that. You don't have to defend my honor if everything is set in stone already. Like, we already know what we walking into because we done said the things, we done the things, and you're not walking into no surprises. So then you could at least told Haley, like, oh, so you just showing your behind in this party setting because you want to be a star. Like I be saying at school, you want to be a star, I'm gonna let you shine. Okay. So yeah, I feel bad for Nova. I mean, she did quiet down. She did stick with her man type of thing, but I was just annoyed because he shouldn't even have that. You shouldn't even do that, because if Nova would have had her stuff together, I'm not even gonna say Nova. If Calvin would have had stuff together, then we wouldn't even be here. Okay. But that's he a man. He ain't know. I don't know. Okay, so when we get into Nova, like, they're having like it's like the next day and they're walking outside and she's so emotional and he's like, what's wrong? You've been really distant. I'm like, it's just certain relationship type stuff that I notice, right? I'm very, very interested in like relationship stuff, because I always want to know, like, what makes you do certain things? Like, why don't you communicate? Why does this gender communicate differently from that gender? Like, So when Calvin's asking her that and she's like, was I not the only one? I'm like confused. Like, are you sad because you thought you were his one and only Black girl and you thought like you were special? Or are you sad because you found out that there were other women and now you think that he has a type, so he's only with you because you meet a certain type of his? I think it was more that, but it was just kind of like, girl, like, I just don't think I would be so judgmental or so quickly, so easily getting hurt if I had got somebody the way that they got together. Like, he literally was married. So it's like, you can't possibly think that you're the only, well, I'm gonna take that back because these men, honey, will have the side chicks convinced. And clearly in this case it worked, right? He left his wife for Nova. So I don't know. I found myself rooting for the side chick, and ever since I done got married, I just can't. But I was rooting for Nova because I'm like, girl, you trying to make this relationship work? I'm going to need you to stand up in it boldly now. I'm going to need you to stand up in it boldly. Okay. So let's see. What else did I miss? I think the main thing, hold on. The main thing that we're noticing is this idea of the Rona, right? How it's rapidly approaching, it's serious, like California shuts down, we're hearing it, we're seeing them watch it on the news, seeing them hear it on the radio, like all these different things, right? To kind of let you know, like the Rona is about to come through St. Joe and just like tear it up. Because as much as everybody's acting like it's just nothing, it's so crazy because I kind of wish I would have vlogged through the pandemic. I kept feeling like I honestly felt like it was going to become a little repetitive. There wasn't going to be like a whole lot of content because we literally was just at the house. But if I would have known we was still dealing with the mess, we would still be dealing with the mess today, I probably would have vlogged it and had like the day whatever in the corner, because honestly, I mean, that's a movie concept. We have all you producers, writers out there watching, because it's still going on right now, and so many different things have been changed in our life that probably are never going to go back to Norman. Never. So they're listening to all that. Prosper looks nervous. Uh-oh. My husband's home and these dogs took forever to bark. Okay, so they had they show Prosper, Prosper's older, so we're getting nervous. But you start to see like Charlie has found out about this news because she's a councilwoman, right? And she's basically letting her, Aunt Vi in Hollywood, they doing like the anniversary thing in his business that's about to open. He got the flowers, so he got on his fresh linen outfit, coral outfit. Vi got on her Beyonce wig, and they enjoying each other. But Charlie, that's her job, to rain on the parade. Vi has to shut down her business, and it says April 1st. And I said, y'all should have put a comma 2021, because that is an April Fool's joke. They're definitely not going to be opening April 1st because we know we was on quarantine for much longer. So the quarantine's about to hit St. Joe, and I'm like, Hollywood, you're gonna have to take your little business and have it be on Zoom, because it's about to get real. So I feel like Raw, they don't get hit because that little job she about to get, she not gonna be able to have it, or she not gonna work long. Okay, they're gonna teach Blue at home, homeschool, and stuff. I just hope they're gonna be good. Charlie, she probably gonna be under a lot of pressure because she's involved in this. Michael's all hard-headed behind. He don't look like he gonna come at home. I don't know. It's just gonna be a lot of things. So we're gonna see how this goes down. Y'all let me know if y'all like the lives better. I didn't have a whole lot of people on here, but I can't put my little picture back here unless I can do it in Creator Studio. Something's going on with my camera. I try to put my card in, and I feel like something is bent or something is stuck, and now we got a problem. So that's just great. Anyway, I'm Camera. This is Camera Music TV, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.